Hey, good morning, folks, and welcome to day 10 of the 15-minute movement break. Got some new stuff for you again today. A little bit of old stuff, a little bit of new stuff, a little different variations, but let me show you the whiteboard and we can get to it. All right, so we're going to start off with bird dogs. We've done those plenty, but I'm going to change it up slightly. Hey, Angie, I'm going to have you bend your knee and actually pull your arm back, which we did that a little bit, but we're going to put those together. We're going to do some glute bridges, single leg glute bridges. Do a drill that we can try to get you a little bit lower squat if you can't get it from, standing regularly. Try a prisoner squat, and then finally a single arm push-up. I can't do a full single arm push-up, but I'll give you some variations there you can try on your own. And then finally we're going to do a 2-minute hand release push-up challenge. So with that, we're going to just do 2 minutes of hand release push-ups and see how many you can do. All right, so let's get into this. Turn this up a little bit. All right, so we're gonna start off with a bird dog, just like we've done it before. Bringing the opposite arm and leg straight out. Try not to let your hips come up as you're doing this. Try to keep them nice and level. Reach for the other side of the room. We'll do 3 more. All right, after this one, the next variation, it's going to be one that we've kind of done before. We've done where you pull your arm up and go back, but we're going to change it up just a little bit. You're going to keep your leg bent and pull your leg up. So looking at the other side, we kind of look like this. Okay? All right, let's do 10 of those. Bent knee, pull the arm up. Bent knee, pull the arm up. This works at a little bit of posterior oblique synergist. That's the opposite latissimus dorsi and opposite glute working together. Always a good idea if we can get different synergists working together. All right, we're gonna do 3 more on each side. All right, 1 more. Nice, all right. Glute bridges, we've done the glute bridges. Let's go over this a little bit. So, lying on your back, knees bent, pushing up, bringing your hips up. Now I want you to watch out so that as you come up, you're not rolling your hips and then coming up. Try to keep this nice and straight and use your hips, not your abs, to work this. Let's try 10 of these. If you want to get a little bit of that same posterior oblique synergism, take your hands, push them into the ground, and pull up. You'll notice that probably becomes a lot easier. All right, 2 more here. All right, now switching to single leg. So kick one leg straight out, and then lift up with the other hip. If you want to get that other synergist involved, do the opposite arm into the ground to help out. If you want to make it a little harder, don't use that other synergist. Three more on this side, and we'll switch and do the other side. All right, switch it over. Straighten the other leg, bend the other leg, come on up. Again, if you want to use that synergist, if you're using your left leg to push down, you use your right arm to push into the ground. But if you want to make it a little bit more challenging, do it without the Synergist. All right, 4 more here. Oh, I lost count. 1 more. All right. Now, as far as squatting goes, we want you to actually get pretty low into this, just that you're using more of your muscles. You know, as you get below parallel, you get more and more adductor involved. So we want to use all of our muscles. Some people have trouble getting lower straight up from the original standing position of the squat. So something we're going to try today is to do, we're going to reach up, reach down, you have your hands down on the ground, bring your hips down, reach up, and then stand. I gotta widen my stance out a little bit as I do this. Bend over, hips down, arms up, stand. Bend over, hips down, up, stand. I'll keep going, we'll do 10 of these as well if I can remember how to count this time. It should help you get a little bit lower or set up into that bottom position. 3 more. All right, and last one. Bend over, hips down, arms up, and stand. All right, so a prisoner squat is much like a regular squat. However, we're gonna have our hands behind our head. And sometimes that'll add a little more tension to the lats, make it a little bit harder to get down. So let's give that a try. Hands behind our heads. Normal squat stance, go shoulder width apart with your legs. Come down and back up. Some of you might have noticed that putting your arms up like this makes it a lot harder to go down further. Well, you might have some lat tightness that's inhibiting you a little bit here. All right, 4 more of these. All right, so we've got single arm push-ups next, and this one could be difficult because I'll admit I can't do a single arm push-up from the floor. But one option you can do, I'm kind of using the frame of the picture to help me out here. There isn't really a wall, a good wall that I can put a picture on. I don't know if you have a wall next to you, but this is an option. You can go to a wall and use that as your single arm push-up. And as you're doing this, I want you to think about rotating your arm such that your hand rotates outward as you do this. So as you're doing this push-up, coming down, rotating outward, pushing up to keep the stability through the system as you're using the one arm. Okay, another option would be if you have a sturdy counter, you have to really make sure that whatever you're pushing against won't move, but you could use a counter if that's an option for you. I don't want to use this desk because I don't think it's sturdy enough. But then you can kind of work up to maybe options where you're on your knees to try to do it. Or eventually working up to being able to do it on your toes, which I can't do that. Maybe just one way to slightly offset that and make it so that I can do just one side or the other would be to, well, you could get your trusty little drill case too, but something else just to offset the level, so you'll be using one arm more than the other. And you can do that on your knees as well. If you're on your knees. It might look a little bit more like this. But that way you can bias one side or the other a little bit so that you're not just using both hands and really use that unilateral variation and make sure one side or the other is getting its fair share of work. Sometimes when you use both hands, you can actually use one hand more than the other and you don't really realize it. Okay, so what we've got left is the 2-minute push-up challenge, hand release push-up challenge. So a hand release push-up is when you come down and lift your arms up or hands up and then push back up. Down, lift up, pinch those shoulder blades, lift back up. Now one thing this does is make sure that you get all the way to the floor, but it also does a little bit of activation of some of your scapular muscles as you're pulling up. So it works at opposite of what the push-up is. All right, so hand release push-ups. Let me fix this a little bit. Hand release push-ups, we're gonna do 2 minutes of these. Okay, we're gonna start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Make sure you're counting as you're going. If we bring this one back up, I want you to try to beat your score next time. Try to keep a straight line from your heels all the way up to your shoulders. Don't let your hips sag as you come up, and try not to tent in the middle. If you need to take a little break, that's fine. You've got a whole 2 minutes here. If you can do 2 minutes straight, good for you. Good for you. Quick break, and back into it and hit a few more. All right, we're halfway through. 1 more minute. Get in what you can. Sometimes just finding that amount that you can do over and over again can help you out. I'm already at the point of doing 3s. For you, it might be 1s, it might be 5s, it might be 10s. But a short break can go a long ways to help you recover and hit a few more. All right, 20 more seconds. See what you can get in. Ten more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, all right. Nice work today. So I hope you enjoyed the different bird dog variations. Maybe you got a little different way of getting to a deeper squat. Try out some prisoner squats and got a bunch of hand release push-ups in. Again, 15 minutes isn't enough. Make sure that you're checking out other places. If you need more time, you can contact me or Hybrid Farm, CrossFit Unis Famous, or Snap Fitness Osseo. Those are my partners. They can also hook you up with some longer workouts if you need to. All right, and I will not be recording tomorrow. I just do these on Monday through Friday. So join me on next Monday. Thanks.